Hi, my name is Tommy Keller, and this is the truth about vaccines. First, we're going to start off with the concept of herd immunity. Herd immunity is the concept that protects those who are immunocompromised or those who cannot receive vaccines from catching vaccine-preventable diseases.
When no one is immunized, contagious diseases spread in the community. When some people are immunized, certain diseases can still spread to those that are not protected. When most of the community gets immunized, very few community members will get sick, thanks to herd immunity.
So, who are the immunocompromised? They are anyone with a weakened immune system, which can be because of an organ transplant or treatment for cancer, like chemotherapy, or anyone with a lowered white blood cell count. So next we're going to talk about the ingredients in vaccines, because that happens to be a hot topic for those who believe that vaccines are unnecessary or could be harmful to their children or to other people. It's important to keep in mind that just because a compound has a name of a chemical in it or has a name that seems to be intimidating doesn't mean that it's actually harmful to your body.
Just what are parents discovering when they do a little vaccine research? They may find that most seasonal flu vaccines contain dangerous levels of mercury in the form of thimerosal. Mercury is a known neurotoxin associated with long-term immune, sensory, neurological, motor, and behavioral dysfunctions. Why would a parent expose their child to potential brain damage?
Information that she has chosen to leave out is the fact that mercury in the form of thimerosal, which is used in vaccines, is actually not harmful to your body. There's a big difference between methylmercury and ethylmercury. And in this case, the only mercury that is contained in vaccines is actually ethylmercury. Methylmercury can be dangerous to humans, but is not found in vaccines at all. And in fact, thimerosal is not often used in vaccines as much as it used to be. There's a big complaint about thimerosal being in the MMR vaccine and that being a link to autism, but in fact, it hasn't been in the MMR vaccine and many others for a very long time. The next ingredient that's found in vaccines, which often gets a bad reputation, is formaldehyde, and that's usually because people hear about formaldehyde being used as a preservative for human remains as well as other laboratory animals. What most people don't know about formaldehyde is that it's actually found in the human body naturally, and in fact it's found in a higher prevalence in one pair than it is in any of the vaccines that are received. It is found that even in young children, there are 12 to 240 times the amount of formaldehyde in those children's bodies than in any of the vaccines that they would be receiving. The next most common ingredient talked about in regards to vaccines is aluminum, and this is because when there is a large amount of aluminum in the human body, it can become very dangerous. However, the amount of aluminum in vaccines isn't even the amount that is found in the normal breast milk or milk that is being given to the youngest of children. In regards to ingredients as a whole, just because something has a scary name doesn't mean that it's exactly harmful to your body. I mean, if you look at the ingredients that are listed above on the screen, you would think that this is a very dangerous or harmful thing to put into your body, but in reality, it's only the ingredients that are found in a banana. The next thing that is most commonly talked about when it comes to vaccines is whether or not the amount of them given can overwhelm the immune system of a child or of the patient getting the vaccines. In reality, overwhelming the immune system through vaccines is impossible, and this can be shown in many different ways. For example, the original polio vaccine exposed the patient to more antigens than we are now exposed to from all vaccines that we are given in our lifetime. And furthermore, the amount of antigens that anyone is exposed to in any given day is more than the amount given to us through vaccines. Some people think that by giving multiple vaccines at once can actually harm the immune system, but in reality, that is actually not true. In fact, if 11 vaccines were given at one time, we would only be overwhelming 0.1% of our immune systems. In conclusion, I don't understand how anyone can believe that vaccines don't work or that they could be harmful to humans in any way. The amount of vaccine-preventable diseases that are around today have been significantly lowered. We don't walk around seeing people with polio. We don't walk around seeing people with measles, mumps, or rubella anymore. And smallpox, which used to be one of the worst diseases imaginable, used to kill thousands every year, has been completely eradicated and is no longer a problem. The reason we were able to eradicate smallpox is because the vaccination rates were so high for so long that we were able to get rid of the disease altogether. And because the disease does not have any other carrier other than humans, it was not able to survive anywhere else. In addition to this, there are other diseases that can be eradicated, like smallpox. For example, polio and others like measles, mumps, and rubella. It will be impossible to eradicate these diseases as we did with smallpox if the anti-vaccination movements continue to gain support. We need to put an end to it now. Get vaccinated.